January 6th. Ooh, not our brightest moment. It is interesting how there are some sections in our political landscape that like to frame January 6th like a good day. I don't really get that. I don't really get that at all. Let me just adjust my, oh, there we go. Sorry. Anyway, good morning. It's Monday, or good afternoon. Good morning if you're in LA, or in the Central or Mountain time zone, or Pacific. What is it? Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific, right? January 6th. Last night, let's just talk about the Golden Globes for a minute. I thought Nikki Glaser did a banging job. I thought she was fantastic. And I think she's so funny. I think Nikki clearly had a little extra lip filler going on. And she's one of the many things I really like about Nikki Glaser is that she's extremely transparent about, what she does cosmetically. Like, she was planning on taking January off because she was gonna maybe do a brow lift. And then she got the call from both of her agents, the offer to do the Globes. Anyway, I think she looks great. I think I would love for her to pump the brakes on the filler a little bit. The lips were almost distracting because that is not her natural lip. But it makes her feel good. I think she looks great. I just think it was like, whoa, that was just like, it was such an abrupt change. And yeah, the lip filler was a little bit, and I say this as someone who has Botox in his forehead. Like, in fact, it just kicked in. I had it done just before the holidays, and it kicked in like a couple weeks ago. And I still have movement, right? It's not that, it's just to soften this fury road right there. My hair is a mess because I'm just kind of getting it all started. Anyway, yeah, I'm all about, like, I used to work for Joan Rivers, and Joan Rivers was kind of like the poster child for plastic surgery. And, the credo was, if it makes you feel better about yourself, go for it. As long as you're not hurting anybody, do it. Who cares? So, yeah, more of that. I only do a little bit of Botox and occasionally some lasers. So, yeah. Full transparency, kids, but I thought the Globes were better than they've been. I thought Nikki was fantastic. I think she really kind of walked the line of, keeping people comfortable, but not too uncomfortable, but really good at, like, she did some good elbows into the ribs of Hollywood and celebrity culture, and I thought it was kind of terrific. And I think she's really funny. I've been a fan of Nikki Glaser for about 10 years now. I think that was when she first came on my radar. She first came on my radar when Amy Schumer did a special for Netflix, I think it was. It was called Women Who Kill. And basically she just brought in, it was an hour special, and there were 4 women. They each had 15 minutes. Amy was one of them. Rachel Feinstein was another one, and Nikki was another one, and she really kind of like blew me away. There was a fourth, I forget who it was. But yeah. And I was disappointed that Catherine didn't win. I think Catherine's okay, my cousin. I'm sure she's fine. Bit of a tricky day, because Catherine is really tight with Aubrey Plaza, whose husband died over the weekend. So it's a bit of a tricky time. He did get some acknowledgement from the director who won last night. So it's a little, it's tricky. Anyway, I thought it was good. Demi Moore's speech was, that was my big takeaway. I was really happy to see Shogun win a lot. I can't wait to see The Brutalist. I'm seeing it Wednesday? I bought a ticket. I'm seeing it Wednesday or Thursday, I can't remember. in 70 millimeter as God intended. Um, and then I'm seeing something else. Oh, I'm seeing 7 in IMAX. But yeah, Demi Moore's speech was kind of fantastic. Thank you, Trudy. I loved what she had to say about, yeah, no, you never be enough. You're not enough, but just drop the measuring stick. What a great message. Um, let's see. Someone asked, how about a weekly Monday movie suggestion? I do movie suggestions almost every night on Instagram and on Blue Sky and Threads. I'll do it tonight. I do movie suggestions all the time. Nosferatu is a great movie. Good for you. Everyone should see Nosferatu. God, I got some blocking to do here. Yeah, bye. Who else is up in here? Yeah, Nikki Glazer taught me about Floria about 10 plus years ago. Euphoria, let's see, agree with dangerously huge dresses, weird look. Yeah, about that, I noticed it's not, I don't want to single out like Melissa McCarthy, whom I adore. She looked great, by the way. My friend Christopher Buckle did her makeup. She looked amazing. She looked really good, but that dress was out of control. Too big. Cynthia Erivo had another one on that was like bruising people. Like you can't what are you doing? Like it's out of control. Just keep it simple, kids. Elegant, be outrageous, but let people get near you without getting hurt. What the fuck? Let's see. The Substance is excellent, but comedy musical. Yeah, I wondered about that too. I think The Substance is a dark comedy. Some people are calling it body horror. Sure. But I think The Substance, I thought there were many points in The Substance that I thought were absolutely hilarious in a very dark way. Yeah. So, I get the comedy angle. It's a little bit of a stretch, but not too much. I get what you're saying though. And there was a lot of Ozempic in the works last night, for sure. For sure. But I thought, my only criticism of the production, what the fuck was with whoever directed or produced it and made the decision to have the presenters come out and do that sort of like at a weird angle thing? That was awkward. Seth Rogen addressed it when he came out with Catherine O'Hara, and he addressed it. He said, this is weird. It's not elegant. It's awkward. Whatever he said was spot on. It was driving me crazy. But other than that, a fine production. Thought some of the speeches are too long, but you got to remember when you're in the moment, when you're standing up in front of a group of people, 30 seconds feels like 10 seconds. It feels like, yeah. So you're not really aware that you're talking too long, especially when you're kind of like high on this like adrenaline high that you just got when you won something. So I'll give it to them. There were some who, I forget who it was who won. She says, there were people who know I should thank and I'll thank them later. Like she was literally, her speech was like maybe 10 seconds. It was brilliant. I forget who that was. But Demi Moore really kind of, she's been on my radar since I was a little kid watching General Hospital. And she was on the show, this is like early 80s, I want to say. She played a reporter named Jackie Templeton. She was 19 when she got the job. She was a kid on that show. Demi. Yeah, I think she was on for 2 years. I think she had a 2-year contract. Yeah. But let's see. Rogan was funny. Nikki's dresses were really good. Nikki did a great job choosing her dresses. And also, I want to say on Instagram, God, I did all 10 minutes on the Globes last night. If you follow Nikki Glazer on Instagram, in her stories, she did a thank you to her team. This is not a one-woman show. She has a team of writers and, everybody else. And she did a nice group shot of all of them from last night and acknowledged the people who enable you. 1,000%. Yeah. So she acknowledged her team, which I thought was the gangster gesture. Let's see. Yeah, when a celebrity does drop a lot of weight, you immediately think, is it cancer or Ozempic? Like if it's really rapid. Yeah, you gotta wonder. Anyway, but I thought largely people looked pretty good. some of the men, you know, Coleman Domingo has really kind of established himself as this sort of like, he's got his own thing going. You know, I'm a traditional tuxedo person. I'll always be that guy. But the ones who sort of color outside the lines, but Andrew Scott looked good in that sort of powder blue moment. And the other one I really liked was, who's the hot one in Hitman and Twisters? And he was in Top Gun. Help me out. Why am I blanking on his name? He's a super hot, like, movie star now. Like, it's really happening for him. Like, it's really revving up. Why am I blanking on that fucker's name? He's in Hitman. Let's see. Somebody come up with it. I can't Google it because I don't have my thing with me. Glenn Powell. Thank you, Crystal. Glenn Powell and Barbara. Glenn Powell looked great. I thought he was like, I don't know who he was wearing, but I thought he looked really good. He's a sexy fucker. That's a guy who's also had a little like injectable action in his face. They all do it. Like I'm one of them. But they all do it. Yeah. No harm, no foul, because he still looks like Glenn Powell. Like it's no drastic alteration. Anyway, that's it for today's show. I don't want to do more than, I try to keep it a tight 10 minutes. And here I am at like 11:30. Yikes, 11 minutes. Lots of facelifts. Did Emma Stone get a little work done? Everybody does it. Everyone gets a little touch up. I used to be, you know, and Nicole Kidman, of course, has had like a shit ton of it. Like it's just like I hope she kind of puts the knife down now and lets it go for a while. Like enough. And backs off the injectables. Although I do like, if you've seen Baby Girl, she does, like her character in Baby Girl goes in for the Botox, like she's getting the needles. Yeah, and I thought, okay, good, that we see that. So yeah, film tonight, what's tonight's movie? I haven't decided yet. Am I going to the cinema tonight? What is it, Monday? Because I bought some tickets last night. And there's some things I gotta see. I haven't, and I wanna start watching Shogun. I watched the first episode, I really liked it, and I got distracted. I will start shows and then drop them for no good reason. It's not because I don't like them. It's just that like, I forget, because there's so much stuff. I don't know what tonight's movie is, but we'll get there. Tune in on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads. You will see tonight's movie in my feed, eventually at some point today. Thanks for tuning in, I love you guys. And thanks for subscribing. All right, later.